Hi guys, hope you're all well. Sunday blessings to you. I'm just coming on to do Sunday's Tarot and Oracle review video for you all. So the deck that I am reviewing for you today is this beautiful one. It is the Enchanted Oracle, and this is by Jessica Galbreth, and it's also, the text is by Barbra Moore. We've seen some of Barbra Moore's decks before in the past. So this is a really interesting one. So this has been produced by Llewellyn. So we've got their logo down the bottom there, as you can sort of see. A bit dusty, this one. I will say the box, well, let's talk about the cards first. 36 cards in this, and a beautiful book that gives some interesting stuff. And I'll just read what it says on the back, because that's quite interesting actually. So the back of the box gives examples of cards and a bit of spiel. So it just says here, seek your destiny in a secret realm rich with myth and magic. Enter an enchanted world filled with fairies, goddesses and sorcerers, a magical world of possibility and power, a world in which you can weave your future. Featuring hauntingly beautiful fairy imagery by renowned fantasy artist Jessica Galbreth and insightful instructions from acclaimed tarot author Barbra Moore, the Enchanted Oracle presents a stunning 36-card oracle deck featuring watercolour artwork and lyrical and lovely 240-page guidebook. So interesting, and including spells, enchantments and journaling. Okay, I will say the box is a little bit leaving a bit to be desired for me. It's quite tatty. This is like quite a new deck. I've had it for a while, but I've not really worked with it. And the box is like really sort of all frayed at corners, and it's only been sitting in a tarot sort of shelf. So I'm a little bit disappointed with that, to be honest. But as we open it up, this is also what I don't like. It's all a little bit sort of willy-nilly, just chucked in here. So yeah, I'm not overly keen on that. The book is cool, the book's really good, but I think the box leaves a little bit to be desired. It's a little bit, I'm not feeling that. I think the box is about a 4 actually. I would rather just have had a hardback box that opens up like a lot of the other Llewellyn decks that we've seen. This one, I'm not sure if they've tried to sort of cut costs or cut corners. It's not really working for me so much. The book itself though is lovely, big old book as it says, and examples of the cards and then the spiel for each one. So we'll look more at that in a minute. So that's pretty cool. Obviously it's quite a small deck because it's only, like it says, a 36 card deck, this one. So these are the cards themselves. These are the images, or the back of the cards. So this lovely sort of mystical kind of bit of purple and that. They are matte finish, they're not gilded or anything. Stock quality, Llewellyn is always quite thin, I will say, on their stock quality, so it's not brilliant. They're not the most rigid, but they're okay, you know, they're not the worst we've ever seen, and they're not the best in terms of stock quality. But I think that the stock quality is made up through the images, because the images are fabulous. So each one has a name of what it is, and then the image itself. So like this one, the Spirit of Yule, as you can see that there. So beautiful, beautiful artwork. So that really does make up for, you know, everything else. Now, because there's only sort of 36 cards, it's likely that I'll show you all of these, I think, so that you can just sort of see each one for what it is, really. So they are beautiful cards. They would have been nicer, I think, on a sort of slightly thicker stock quality. They're also not oracle size. They're not traditional oracle size. They're more tarot size, which is also quite interesting. And I'm wondering again if that has been done from a price perspective, or if that's just how they wanted this deck to sort of be in terms of how it sort of sits in the hand. It's interesting though. So, excuse me. Sorry, still got the last lingering bit of a cough. Just want to say as well a huge thank you to everybody that came to see me yesterday in Spire Hill Therapy Centre down in Stallbridge. It was an amazing day, so it was lovely to connect and see so many of you lovelies. Looking forward to the next one in November. This is a beautiful one. Look at the artwork on that. Beautiful mystical purple. Loving that. So like I said, the artwork is really lovely, it's really cool. Like the fact that a couple of them have got the masculine influence as well, like this one. That's pretty nice to have. The good old green man here. The green man was haunting me a few years ago. Not so much now, but when I was living in Martok, I would see the green man in everything and anything. I'd see him in the woods, I'd see him in the fields, I'd see him in my garden. And there was a time when he was really, his energy was really coming into work for me, and a lot of people have been saying that the green man energy is coming back for them at the moment. I've had a lot of people in readings saying that they're connecting with the green man, and I think it is a case of their energy chooses and finds you when they want to work with you. This is beautiful. I would like the sort of more gothic, darker looking cards, as you can tell. But stunning, stunning imagery, you know. The imagery is absolutely 100%, you know, 10 out of 10. Love it. This is beautiful. Tattered Dreams. I love the cobwebs in this one. Okay, I'm going to just show you the last couple, because like I say, there's only 39, so you might as well see them all. And then we'll go into the actual cards themselves in the sense of what's coming up for us for this Sunday. So that's the cards. The book, like I say, is it talks about at the beginning information about the artist, information about the author. That's quite nice. How to use the deck. I'm seeing if there's examples or anything of spreads. Yeah, there's a few quite basic and easy to understand spread options there, and then literally it's pretty much into each of the cards, into the messages. That's pretty much how it works. There's a few other bits in the middle which looks to be a few spells and a few incantations that you can try, so that's interesting. So we'll have a little bit look at the book later on. So let's gather these. Let's see what we need to know about for this Sunday. So channeling the cards for the highest of good, seeing what we need to know about. Oh, what's coming up for us this time? Oops, they're all falling out my hand. They do feel quite nice because they are only tarot size, but because there's not many of them, they're quite thin. It's an interesting one. I would have definitely preferred a thicker stock quality, because it would mean that when you're shuffling they wouldn't be bending quite as much, you know. Okay, White Magic. Oh, I like this. That's beautiful. This is a perfect card to come up for this. I can't speak. To come up for us this week, particularly with my up-and-coming Witches Market on Saturday. Really looking forward to that, and then the evening demo. So White Magic, love it. I love the butterflies actually in that as well. There's a lot of detail. I don't know if you can see this too well, if it's picking it up too great on this camera, but there's a lot of beauty in there. So let's find this one in the book a sec and see what it wants to tell us, what it's got in store. Bear with me a sec. Oh, if you can hear Oscar upstairs growling, apologies about that. He's having one of his moods. Bear with me, guys. These probably are in some sort of order, but I'm struggling to see what it is. So I'm just having to sort of glaze my eye over them until I find them. I might have even gone past it. Oh, hang on. Have I gone past it already? I thought these were in order, but I don't feel that they are. Or is it right at the back? Oh, it is. That's where I'm going wrong. There's me flicking all through the book, and it's the bloody back page. Excuse me with my coughing. Okay, so there's quite a lot of information. What you get an overview, which looks like it's a bit of a story. Then you get the Oracle message. Then it's got Healing Waters. Then it's got no, that's all of it. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff in here. So this is going to challenge my dyslexia. Okay, so let's have a little sort of read and see what it says. There are times when our forces... Sorry, I'll read that again. There are times when our focus is on getting things done, and our energy, if it were a colour, would be red, yellow or orange. Sometimes we are growing on nurturing something, and our energy would be green. When we are in pain or mourning, we may say we're feeling blue, but our energy would look black. If love is filling our lives, then pink is the colour of the day. Magic isn't really coloured, but colours are associated with magic and do have power. How do we use white magic or energy? Many people associate it with peace, harmony and healing. All of us have times in our lives when we need healing, be it physical, spiritual, mental or emotional, depending on the severity of your pain. The services of a professional may be called for, not an oracle, no matter how otherwise useful said oracle may be. That said, there are cases where you can find healing, peace and comfort on your own or from those close to you. Also, there are times when you will be called on to provide healing or to restore harmony. Our white magic, which represents the ability to heal and find the serenity that lives in all of us. She is draped in white and purple, the colours of spirituality, purity and power. She wears a pentagram at her neck, a sign of the dominant of spirit over the earthly elements. Her white candles shine the light of peace and goodness against the darkness of discomfort and evil. Shimmery drops of light fall from her hair. The pale moth represents the transformation effects of healing power. So that's like an overview. It's almost like a story, that. And then we've got the oracle message itself. You or someone you care about is in pain. This card brings with it the power and promise of healing and peace. However dark and uncomfortable it has been, a soothing, gentler time approaches. This card can also represent you in the role of a healer or a peacemaker. If you find yourself called to help someone else, answer that call. If you focus on the centre of white magic within your soul, you'll be able to make a difference in someone's lives. That's interesting. I see this for me on a personal level, obviously my healing and the sort of the work I do, but I also see this as me sort of coming out the other side of my illness that I've recently had. So that's interesting. And then it says healing waters. If you are in need of some healing or peace restoring magic, here is a simple technique. Draw a warm, comfortable bath. Mix a few drops of lavender essential oil with 2 tablespoons of sweet almond oil and add them to your bath. Light a purple and a white candle, more if you have them and if it's safe to do so. As you relax in your bath, lie back and close your eyes. Visualize a soft white light filled with a soft, soothing scent and gentle music. Imagine it envelopes you, gently supporting your body, easing your senses, quietening your mind. Stay in that safe, healing embrace for as long as you feel is necessary, or until your bath water gets cold. To carry healing or peaceful energy with you, anoint a white ribbon with a drop of lavender, and as you do this, say, "Heal my body, feed my soul, feeling healing is my goal." Tie the ribbon around your wrist or ankle. That's interesting. So that's a little sort of spell or kind of cantation that you can do. So an interesting sort of set of stuff there. I do quite like it. I wish the message was a bit more structured, you know. It felt like it was a little bit more basic, the actual message. So I take this as, you know, really tapping into your personal power, your personal magic, which they're sort of wording as white magic. And obviously if you've been battling, if you've been up against any illnesses, any sort of physical battles, mental battles, then it's all about peace coming into your life, isn't it, in some form or some context, in a nutshell. So that's lovely to have for this Sunday. So this is an interesting deck. It's definitely not my favourite deck. I love the artwork. The artwork is definitely a 10. I'm not sure I'm keen on this box at all, I have to say. I'm just putting them back in. I think overall this deck is probably for me. Yeah, look at that's a bit sort of naff as it shuts, isn't it? And it's all going to jumble in there. I think overall this is about a 6 or a 7 for me. It's not my favourite deck. It's one I did want to show because it's important to show it. But it's definitely not my favourite. But it's lovely in its own rights, in its own way. So if you feel connected to it, if you feel guided to it, it's the Enchanted Oracle by Jessica Galbreth, with the text by Barbra Moore. So do check it out. I'm going to leave it with you. Stay safe, stay well, have a fantastic Sunday, guys, and I'll catch up with some of you lovelies next week. Take care. Bye for now.